Back on?
It's back on. Yeah, camera's on. Audio. My goodness. We never have this problem. Well, I shouldn't say never. Yes, 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 yes. Yay! Hey, there we are. Cheers, everybody. Hey! Hopefully you brought your own beverage of choice, right? BYOB is what this was. I mean, shoot, we're all been, a lot of us, thank you. A lot of us have been inside the last few days. My goodness, or week. I feel like I've already been like self-quarantined for like 4 days, but I work from home. So, I guess it makes a lot of sense. It's easy for me to do my social distancing because most of what I do now is here on camera. So I'm so glad you guys can hear me. This is actually perfect. You guys are all on tonight because you want to learn how to do more Facebook Lives, more selling on a Facebook Live. And, things happen. It's okay. She's all right with me. I got Clover with me. It's okay. Things happen. Accidents happen. Tech things don't work sometimes, and you just got to roll with the punches. And most of the people watching you will be watching you because they want to be watching you. They want to support you. So don't even worry about that. So anyway, cheers to everybody. I just put a little like ice cube floaty thing in it. We got a lot to talk about tonight. So let's see. We've got a poll going too. The poll that's up right now says, have you done a Facebook Live with you on camera before? So take that poll. I think I can add another poll. I wonder if I can have two going at the same time. Let's test that out. No, I can't. Okay, so that's the first poll. It's about a 50-50 poll. All right. I have another poll that I'm going to put up. If I can reset, here we go. This one is for those of you who have gone live or have done a Facebook Live. Have you actually done one where you sell on a Facebook Live? Have you done one where you sell? And I want to know in the chat too, like, who do we have with us? Who do we have with us? I know we have a lot of pet industry people, but I think we have a lot of non-pet industry people tuning in too. So I would love to know what kind of shop you have and what, if you don't have a shop, maybe you make products or maybe you sell online, but I would love to get to know you a little bit better here in the chat. So please let us know what type of business you have as well and where you're located. I see that Hazel's here with us and Danny has a gift store in South Carolina. Cool. Joyce, florist. Awesome. For those of you who don't really know me that well, let me give you a quick introduction before we get started here. My name is Candace Daniolo, and I have been in brick and mortar businesses in the pet industry for over 15 years. Okay. I started with a pet retail store and then eventually grew and scaled that to having multiple locations, boutiques in Chicago, offering grooming as well and doggy daycare. And then we even offered dog walking services. And about 4 years ago, I sold my retail assets to Bentley's Pet Stuff, which is a Marcus Lemonis company. And then just almost 2 weeks ago, I think actually today marks the 2-week marker, I sold my doggy daycare. And it was, the last of the brick and mortar business. And the timing of that, I guess, was kind of perfect with the things that are happening right now. But while it may have been perfect timing for me, I certainly empathize with everything that you guys are going through as small business owners. I have another small business myself currently, and that is called Pet Boss Nation. And so at Pet Boss Nation, what we do is we help pet industry professionals move from a passion for pets to being profitable pet bosses. And so over the last few years, even while running the doggy daycare brick and mortar, I launched a community, like a global community really, of thousands of pet professionals who all come together and believe that our community is stronger than competition. And so it's been just so much fun and getting to know everybody. And that's really where I feel like it's been a blessing. I was able to sell the store or the doggy daycare a couple weeks ago because I've really been able to be there for our community of clients in the Pet Boss Club. And one of the things they really wanted to talk about was how to be better about selling on social media using Facebook Lives. And I've done a lot of trainings that are like here and there, right? Like I've written articles for the Pets Plus magazine, and I've done other video trainings for the Pet Boss Club, but I hadn't really compiled like full on, like, this is what you do. So I decided that because I believe so strongly in small business owners, and I believe in independent retailer and independent restaurant and independent pet sitter, hairstylist, all of those things, that I wanted to make sure that any teaching I do about social selling, I really wanted to open it up to the whole, to anybody, even outside the pet industry. So I'm going to preface this for you guys who don't know me well. I talk fast. There's going to be so much content in this. I think I have over 50 slides. So it could be a little overwhelming, especially since we're all coming to this at very different stages of our entrepreneurial game. And we're also coming from very different stages in business, right? A lot of us maybe just starting out, or we've got people who are more seasoned in business. And then we're also in very different stages of our experience with going live on Facebook. So no matter where you are in the spectrum, you are in the right place. For the next hour, maybe, we are going to be covering almost everything. Originally, I started out and these were my index cards I used to get my slides organized. There's a lot of index cards here, people. And so we're going to go through all of this. You're welcome to take notes. And I tell you, I will send you the slides. So don't even worry about that. I will send you the slides. I'll make sure they're in the recap email. Okay. Then I also have a kind of special surprise for you guys at the end, because the fun of selling on social is not going to stop tonight. For those of you who are friends with me, you may have seen something I just did on Facebook, but if you stay until the end, you'll get to hear what we plan to do for everybody. So wonderful. Okay, I see we've got all kinds of people with us. I just see that Gord's with us, and he's a Management One affiliate, just like I am. And my team member Wendy and Margot work for Management One too. We don't work for Management One, but we are Management One specialists, and we help with inventory planning. So I love that my fellow peers and my fellow consultants are also on here tonight to learn, so that they can give this information back to their independent retailers. So that's awesome. Jill is here from Katie's Pet Products. She's a distributor of holistic pet supplements. So we've got distributors on here too, and manufacturers. We've got dog grooming and retail. Who else? We've got pet accessory. Oh yeah, there's Maddie's on here. Pet accessories, a gift store in Michigan. Full line pet store. Lots of people on here. So also, guys, I love that you are here for the duration, and you're welcome to chat in the chat together. I'm going to try to pay attention while I've got Wendy from our team is here in the chat. I don't know that she's able to actually flag any of the questions for me, because I this is kind of planned last minute, but I will go back through and go to the questions too at the end. Okay, I'll make sure to do that. All right, so let me make sure I've got my slides up. I do. Okay. And I think this will let me share my screen. So we're just going to get started. Also, what would be good, you're welcome to share your questions in the chat, but just save them off to the side too, because as they come to you, it's always good to just kind of save them off to the side too. All right. Here we go. All right, let's get this slideshow started. I wonder if it'll play on its own. So anyway, this is me. Obviously, we did a photo shoot. It's always fun, to get a bunch of props and do a photo shoot. So let's talk first about why you go live. Why not? Why not go live? This is, and I just want to actually real quick, just because I'm using a new platform. Okay, there we go. Sharing. Everything was good. You guys were able to see that, I think. Okay, you guys were able to see it, right? Here we go. Okay, please tell me in the chat if you can't see it, although I can't not see the chat now either. So, all right, anyway, why go live? You should go live because, yep, here we go, technical problems. We're going to just stop sharing really quick, and you guys can see my slides. We're going to do it this way instead. I hit a button that is playing the entire presentation on its own. So let's escape out of that and slideshow. Okay. Let's do, oh, I've got transitions on here, all kinds of crazy things. Okay, so this is what we're going to do instead. I'm going to close PowerPoint. I have it saved as a PDF. So for those of you who ever do PowerPoint presentations, let me tell you this. Sometimes you can use your PowerPoint and sometimes you have to use it as a PDF. And also if you use a platform like I'm using right now, which is called a webinar jam, if you ever want to do a webinar, you have to have your files sized a certain way before you can load them into your system. And so my slides were too large to share. So what we're going to do now is I'm just getting it fixed and we'll pick back up. Okay, there you go. Now I think you should be able to see my screen. Awesome. Okay, here we go. So why should you go live? You should go live because everybody's going to be home really soon. I hate to say it, and it's a horrible reason why we're all home, but so many people are working from home because their kids are at home and their offices have been shut down, or they can't take public, they shouldn't be taking public transportation. So now is the time, more than ever, now is the time to test going live. And it's because we want to use this time also so that we can connect with our customers. We can get to know our customers on a deeper level. The whole country is hurting right now. The whole country is kind of scared and overwhelmed. I mean, even for the people who, don't, or feel like it may be even being blown out of proportion, there's still a sense of them being scared and unsure because really the reality is we don't know what is ahead of us. So going live will give you an opportunity to voice what you're feeling, what you're sharing. It also gives you an opportunity to talk about what's going on in your business. A lot of us who have physical stores will have to either already had our stores closed, or if you fall into the line of essential products, which a lot of the pet stores are falling that way, fortunately, they're able to stay open. But either way, we're going to be having to limit access into our storefronts. So it's really important that we get comfortable with going live because we live in an era, no matter what is going on with us right now, technology is on our side. Technology is on our side. And so we're going to be able to tap into that and just explode our businesses potentially, right? So now is the time to shine. This is not we are currently in a we movement, not a me moment. And so it's really important that you use the tech that's at your fingertips. Okay. I was listening to another retail consultant earlier today, and I love what he had to say here. It was, we're going to have to sell our way out of this. Silence the panic now because your competitors are lining up, which I know that oftentimes what people are saying right now is they may feel uncomfortable to sell online because it just isn't the messaging they want to give out right now. But it's really important for you to remember that, you still have to earn an income. And you have a business and employees that you need to support. So now is not the time to be quiet. There are definitely ways that you could be positioning yourself and the messaging you give out that is better, kind of better messaging than other messaging. Like he said, you would want to have a coronavirus sale. That's poor. That's in poor form. But you definitely could host member or client mixers or Win It Wednesday sales, lots of different things. And the whole thing about competitors are lining up. It's really more like that. Some people have more cash flow. Some people are already thinking and working with their manufacturers and their distributors in different ways. And so you really want to just get pushed through any fear you have about going live because now is the time. All right. Also, whether this is 2 weeks, 4 weeks, 6 weeks, or 3 months, or who knows how long this is going to be, by you going live and connecting with your audience, this will help you stay on top of their mind as you go through this. And sell your way out of this when it all bounces back. Even when you reopen, you'll be even more positioned because you went live so often. And anything that you do now, any action you take now is better than doing nothing. Okay. So let's talk about where to go live. All right. These are some of our clients with the Pet Boss Nation, Pet Boss Club. So this is, that's Barb, and she owns Treats on a Leash. So you could go live on your business's Facebook page. Okay. You could also go live on your personal page, but I highly recommend that. Well, I guess it depends on what you sell, but Facebook doesn't want you to be selling things on your personal page. They would rather have you make a business page if you haven't done so yet. Then you've got your Facebook groups. Okay. So you could, if you don't currently have a group, you could start a group. And that is something that we are teaching our Pet Boss Club members how to do later this month. But you can go live inside groups. This is Samantha Youngblood. She has a group for her clients, and every month she does a live sale. You can also go live on Instagram using, your business or your personal. And you'll see here what I love. I love this image because she's like showing the product, and then she actually opens it up and pours it out and shows what the product looks like. You can go live on Zoom. This is a bunch of our Pet Boss Club members getting together for a member mixer. So in this one, I wasn't selling anything. The reason I was going live was more to connect our members together. And look at those smiles. They were just had such a blast afterwards after all getting together. You can bring your people together too. So when we go live, we always want to have a purpose, okay? Always, always, always have a purpose. Here are a variety of purposes that I've seen and recommend, all right? You can use your Facebook Lives to connect with your customers. That should always be number one. Always, always, always connect with your customers. Then you could also use Lives for sharing new and up-to-date information. So depending on what you sell or what your area of expertise is in, you could go live every day or every other day, giving people up-to-the-date information about what's not even currently what's happening right now, but trends that maybe happening in your industry. You can do a customer, like we just talked about. Customers get to meet each other, have it as a mixer or a networking event. This previous slide that I showed you here, what we did on that, what you can do on Zoom is when people come together, you can break them out into smaller breakout groups. It's really neat. You can do a Q&A with an expert, like bring in a guest expert. Everyone's working from home, so you can co-interview people, or not co-interview, you can interview people. And depending on your platform, you can even interview sometimes up to 3 different people on one streaming service. Those interviews can be topical-based information, or maybe it's just a Q&A about what's happening even in your town or neighborhood. You can offer consultations. So these could either be free consultations, maybe they're a short consultation that leads into a paid consultation. Maybe it is a full-blown paid consultation. Again, everyone that's coming in today is coming with different business experience. We have clients who teach a lot about homeopathy or who can consult on homeopathy. So you could have a consultation around that. We have pet nutrition consultants. We have people like me who do business coaching consultants. You could have a consultation on if you were like a kid's toy store and you wanted to teach people all the crafting activities that you have at your store that they could buy and crafts to do at home. On the news the other night, there was a feature about how the store Michael's is just like running out of stuff right now because all of the parents have their kids at home and are trying to keep them busy. You can use Lives for private shopping events, if that's a FaceTime, or you can even stream through Facebook Messenger privately, or open up on your business page and talk to all the people who show up, or schedule appointments throughout the day when you're streaming on your Facebook, and walk people around the store and do some private shopping with them. And then you can use your Live to sell merchandise, which could be sharing new releases, giving discounts, gamifying or giveaways, or just going over one specific item and clear call to action. Okay. Like one specific item might be if you are selling mystery bags, right? So you're going to sell that one item. So when to go live? This is a big question we get all the time. And I'm going to tell you right now that you can look at your statistics and your Facebook page of when people typically go live. But really right now, I want you to throw all of that out of the window because I need you to test it out. Because people are now home because of their kids. If they have kids, their schedule is totally out of whack of when they can be on their own devices. And then they're also now just on the computer much more too, because they're having to connect and work from home. So really test this out and just play around with it and figure out when the most viewers for you come on. The biggest thing here is consistency. So as far as when to go live, this also matters when it relates to the purpose of why you're going on a Facebook Live. So you could do daily, bi-weekly, or weekly, right? So if you are going to be selling stuff, I don't recommend necessarily every day. I mean, again, it depends on your audience. If you have a lot of people who are showing up, you could certainly sell every single day on a Facebook Live. Or you could, at least with daily for sure, do like an update of what's happening in your business. There are also, you'll see now, I think even celebrities, or even if they're breakfast places or coffee shops, like are every single morning coming on live and reading stories to kids to tune in, and so it has nothing to do with necessarily them selling anything, but they're just picking a time to go live every day, and they're going to read a different story. And so they're encouraging their customers to all come around the computer and listen to story time. So you could do something daily, bi-weekly. I think a bi-weekly sale is totally fine. Maybe even Monday, Wednesday, Friday sales. And then you could, at least do weekly. But I'd love to see you guys doing sales more frequently than that. Especially if your business is going to be closed. The time of day, gosh, I've played around a lot with this too. Early morning is working really well for me right now. And then even late at night, like this is kind of a late night. I guess this is nighttime, not late night. But think about, like, there are some people who are total night owls. You could have a late night show, kind of like Jimmy Fallon, right? But early morning, noon, afternoon, night. I mean, really anytime right now. I just want you to play around with it. But the key here is being consistent. If you're going to go live, you're going to have two different purposes of a show, like that connection show, the give back, the educational type show. Have that at the same time all the time, and then have your selling time at the same time every time, okay? How long should you go live? Well, this really depends, again, on your purpose. So if you are doing kind of like an educational, quick little feedback, something they need to know about, maybe 10 to 15 minutes is really all you need to do. If it's a scheduled time, like every morning at 9 a.m., we're going to get our motivational inspiration from Mary's florist shop. I know we had a florist, although I think it might be Joyce. I can't remember her name. But, if maybe that floral shop is going to be doing the morning motivations, and so every time she goes on in the morning, it's really just for 10 or 15 minutes, right? Then if you are actually going to be selling merchandise, I would recommend that you do at least 45 minutes to an hour. If you're going to do that, 45 minutes to an hour. Now, if you go on live to sell and no one's there to watch, or I would stay on for a while. And then, if you don't get a lot of people watching, or if you don't get the traction that you wanted, wrap it up around, 20 to 30 minutes. However, if you've got lots of people watching and they're buying, and you've got great engagement, stay on as long as you've got shoppers, okay? I have seen people do Facebook Lives for 5 or more hours even, just because they have so much to go through, so much to sell. It's pretty fascinating. Here are the platforms that are available, all right? Let's just talk about Facebook, right? I hope you can see the screen okay here. You can go from your phone, and I'm pointing this all out because some people have never gone on a Facebook Live before. So here with the cell phone, you would go to your business's page. Up at the top, you'll have a publish area. You can click that button, or you can click this other little live camera button right here. Then this screen should pop up and you can type something here. I would always encourage you to type exactly what it is that you've got going on and the instructions of how you want someone to purchase something from you. So in that description, it should say, our March toy sale, expect deals up to 25% off. To place an order, comment below or give us a call at our store on this number, right? You're going to put the phone number there. You will give clear instructions to your audience on exactly what you want them to do for their purchase process, right? Once you get everything typed in there, and sometimes it's very helpful to type all of that stuff out in advance, right? Get it on your phone in the notes section, type it up, and then you can copy that information and paste it into this section. Then you would click live video, and you'll get another, and then your camera's going to pop up on you, and then you're going to be ready to go live. And you should put your phone, we'll talk about some other additional props, but you should have your phone, if you're using a phone, in a tripod so that it's not shaky. But and you can go portrait, kind of like how my these graphics are right now. You can go portrait, or you can flip it and go landscape. But if you're going to go landscape, this is where Facebook Lives can get finicky. Start upright like this, portrait mode, type what you want in here, then flip it sideways, then hit the live video button, okay? The live video button, if you want to go horizontal and landscape like that, it will also, everything will shift with you, and that live button will then be at the bottom of your screen. If it doesn't move and do that, then you're going to show up sideways, okay, on the live when it happens, okay? And if that happens to you, oh, well, you got to roll with the punches. Just go ahead and give clear direction and say, you know what, we need to stop and restart this. We'll be right back in just a second. And then log out and relog back in. All right. And you're welcome to test this out. We'll also talk about practicing. Then on browsers, you've got an area here. When you log into your Facebook page, you can just directly look on and click on the live. There'll be a button right here. This button will actually take you into Facebook's new Creator Studio. And so if you do not have a Creator Studio account yet, I'd highly recommend that you start one. You can just Google Facebook Creator Studio. And if you're logged into your business's Facebook page, it will automatically connect to your business's Facebook page, and then you can easily connect to your Instagram page. But what I love about using Facebook Creator Studio is that it's Facebook's own platform. So Facebook really loves it, right? And they're likely to help you make it easy for you and help you be seen in more feeds. So what you can do in Creator Studio is you can actually cross-post to more pages than just the one that you're on. So just in case you had multiple pages, you can do that. You can also share to your page's groups. So if you have groups where your business's page is an admin of that group, you'd be able to share into the group. You would not be able to share into a group that is not adminned by your business. Okay. So, I wouldn't be able to go on my Pet Boss Nation business coaching group and go into my local dog rescues Facebook group. I couldn't do that, but I could stream into my own group. Okay. And if you don't have your own group, we can talk about that at a later date if you're interested. All right. So then there's a bunch of other kind of techie things over here you won't really need to pay attention to, because once I didn't get to the point where I was connecting all my cameras and typing everything, but see this little button down here that says go live, you would just press that button and then you'd be able to do some other interesting things in here. Okay. Another option is StreamYard. I love StreamYard. I just started playing around with it personally. And what's really cool is they do have a free option, but when you pay at least, I think it's $25 a month, or if you pay for the year in full, you end up saving $60. But you can stream with that price point package into 2 different places. So you could stream into Facebook Live, or you can stream into LinkedIn, or you can stream into YouTube, or you can stream into 2 Facebook places, like a group and a page, or multiple pages. If you are very active on all of these platforms, you can upgrade to even their next highest package. And I'm not exactly sure the price off the top of my head, but in that one, you can stream into 5 different groups or places, all right, which is pretty cool if you have large audiences all over the web. What I also really love about StreamYard is it lets you easily share your screen, and you can also do pretty cool banners across the bottom. You can upload your logo. You can create other kind of frames on it as well. And it has a lot of really interesting bells and whistles. And it really does connect seamlessly into Facebook. I have tried BeLive TV before, which I also really like, and it did have some recent improvements, but I still feel like it's kind of clunky compared to now having used StreamYard. Zoom as well, which we'll talk about, or we already have, I guess, but I think it's also on here. Zoom. I used to also stream with Zoom into Facebook, and I was having connection problems. And so I really don't want to I don't recommend using Zoom anymore to stream into Facebook. Zoom works great for those group discussions and group meetings, or if you're going to interview somebody and you don't want it to be on Facebook. Okay. And then there's MiniChat. But real quick, the reason I really want you guys, because since there's half of you have gone on Facebook before, I don't want to overcomplicate it. You really should be using Facebook. Let me just mention that. So don't even worry about these other things if you're not highly, highly comfortable on Facebook. Once you're comfortable with both Facebook, then you can do StreamYard. All right. Or you can try some of these other ideas. After that, you've got MiniChat. And so MiniChat, they didn't have a very clear photo for me to explain what it really does, but it does all of these things, which are super cool. You can sell products, qualify leads, send coupon codes. You can take reservations. You can collect customer information. You can sync it to your online stores to retarget for cart abandonment. You can give quotes to customers and tell more about you, share recipes. I mean, there's all kinds of ways that you can use MiniChat. And how you use it is it syncs up with your Facebook Messenger. All right. And so what it also does is it has keywords that you can tell your people who are watching to type. And when they type that keyword, the bot from MiniChat that is synced to your business's Facebook Messenger will automatically send those people a message. It's really cool. So MiniChat is free. And based on Facebook rules, you can communicate with them as much as you want within the first 24 hours. After that, though, you cannot market to that specific person and except like once a month. This is getting a little bit down the rabbit hole of messenger marketing, but with MiniChat, you can automate bots based on specific keywords that somebody says. So if you're doing a Facebook Live and you're selling something, you could tell your customers to comment sold or type sold in the comments, and your MiniChat bot can instantly start talking to them and say, great, I'm glad you're interested in buying a product. Please go here to fill out our Google form with your contact information. Or maybe it would pull up your online, something that had products online. Or maybe it would pull up a PayPal link where they could go and pay for merchandise or to upload their credit card. So you can use MiniChat to direct people to a lot of variety of places, and they have a lot of templates already built there as well. I'm going to tell you, when I did MiniChat, it's awesome. It's really, really cool once you understand how it works, but it can be a little overwhelming in the beginning. So you really want to, if you're going to integrate this, it would be it'd be like the next level up. After you've already really grasped Facebook selling, this would be next level up. Okay. And now if you do have time at home, this would be a good thing to really learn more about. And it's free. All right, then the next thing is comment sold. Some of you may be familiar with this, and unfortunately, I feel like it's a little too expensive for potentially like some of the smaller micro businesses, and it may be too expensive for your business if you do not have a lot of people coming to your Facebook Lives. It's about $150 a month, and they will take 3% of the revenue from what you're selling. However, and if you have Lightspeed or if you have Shopify, comment sold will sync with both of your point of sale systems, both of those point of sale systems, or you can manually upload spreadsheets of the inventory that you plan to sell, what quantities you have of it. You'd assign a number to that product. And as you are doing your live stream, you can see kind of here in the details, all anyone has to say if they're interested is sold. They say the number, right? And we'll go over that in just a second. Sold 99 and it says medium. And so what happens instantly then is comment sold also goes through the messenger bot, and it will send a message to that person and say, great, here's where you fill out your comment sold profile. And then viewers will create a profile with Comment Sold, and Comment Sold will have all their credit card information, all the shipping information, and it will process all of the payment for you. It will also, I think it can calculate the shipping too based on where they are. But the other really cool feature about Comment Sold is that it will monitor how many quantities you have left in your inventory so that you don't oversell any items. So it really is a super, super cool integration. But because of its expense, we'd want to make sure that if you're going to use it, that you have enough viewers coming on, or that the products that you are selling are a high enough price point to make it worth that monthly cost. The credit of the 3%, I mean, that's pretty much standard for all credit card fees too, right? Okay. You guys still with me over here? I love it. We've got so many people still with us. I love it. Okay. Let's take a sip of our beverages. It looks like, yeah, I'm not sure. I'll have to go back through and look at questions at the end. All right. So practice makes perfect, right? Practice makes perfect. I think we've all learned that from our in high school. Oops, where'd I lost my place? So practice makes perfect. First, you could start your own Facebook group and just have you be the only person in the Facebook group. And you can go live and practice as much as you want inside that Facebook group. You could also just make a post private. So on your Facebook account, when you want to go live onto your own personal page, or probably on your personal page, that's where you'd want to do it. Log into your Facebook, click on your post. So when you go to do a post, right under your name, there's a little box that has a drop down, and it has either a globe and it says public. There's an icon with people that says friends, and then there's a lock that says only me. And if you select the lock and say only me, you can do your own stream with just you. And so what it'll happen is nobody will see it on Facebook. None of your friends and family, only you will be able to see that post. You can also just grab your phone and make your own video, right? Or on your webcam, you can just practice, turn on the camera. Don't stream anywhere. Just turn on your camera and start recording yourself. You can also go live. Jill did this earlier today. I was so proud of her. You can just go live and tell people that you're just testing it out. Hey, we're just trying this out right now. I know I want to be showing up more for my customers, and I'm going to be giving you more behind the scenes. And so just making sure I understand how this whole thing works, right? Again, people will, and the people who tune in are already the people who love you and like you, and they're going to engage with you and let you test it out. You could even have a few friends or family members know when you're going to be testing it out, and they could come on and give you some feedback too on how the quality was of you streaming through. And you can always delete them after. The other thing I really want you to remember is that we just need you to get started. If you live in fear of what you might look like on camera, or that you don't like the sound of your voice, or that your backdrop isn't pretty enough, whatever it is, just throw all of those out the window too, because it is time for you to game up and get on camera and do what you need to do to move your business forward. And in some instances, it may be you saving your business. So I really, really want you to just start to practice this, because practice will make perfect. Okay. You may be even watching this now going, wow, she's got that, she's got lights and she's got this streaming service and all these people are watching right now. I've been doing these webinars for 3 years, 3 years. So this is not my first rodeo. And even though it's not my first rodeo, we still had tech problems today. So even though it says practice makes perfect, I'll tell you, it's almost hard to be perfect. So don't even sweat that. So what if you mess up? Who cares? Again, who cares if you mess up? You're going to be the hardest critic on yourself. And so just give yourself some grace. Know that you're stepping outside of your comfort zone, and that, as an entrepreneur, I also say that, perfection is the death of an entrepreneur. Always take action. Progress is much better than perfection. So now we're going to go into some streaming tips. Tips. All right. So tips to stream. You want to make sure that you have a strong Wi-Fi connection. This is very, very important. I currently am hardwired in because sometimes when we just use our Wi-Fi, we can have some connection problems. So because I stream a lot, I do hardwire in now. I've also experienced, especially today, I don't know if you guys have too, but a little bit of a delay in some connections for streaming. And I think it's just because, again, so many people are now at home streaming. The kids are all streaming into school and people are streaming into work. So you really want to make sure you have a strong Wi-Fi, and you may need to even talk to your internet provider to increase speed, not just even download speeds, but upload speeds. Also, my fiance Joey is much better at all of that information. So based on what we're going to share with you later, I'm sure he'd have a lot of great feedback for you if you end up continuing on with me at the end. All right, so you want to close all the other programs that you have open on your computer that you don't need. And you also want to encourage to get people off of Wi-Fi if they're in your home or even at your shop, whatever other devices you can take off of Wi-Fi. You also want to have good lighting in front of you, and you want no lighting behind you. Okay, so during the day, I have a window over here. I don't know if you guys can see it, but there's a window over there. And so during the day, sometimes this spot for me to film looks very different than it does right now. So if you have light coming from behind you, it's going to make you look darker in the front. And so you want to make sure you've got light coming from the front. You also want to put your phone and your computer, if you're streaming from your computer, on do not disturb so that your phone doesn't start ringing and text messages coming through or Facebook Messenger, right? Then you also want to think about your backdrop. Okay, you want a very minimal like clean backdrop if possible. You could, if you're at your store, pick a spot in your store that is visually pleasing. If you're at home, you may want to consider bringing from your shop a logoed sign or banner or a few props from the store to set up behind you. I will also say this because I don't think it's in this presentation though, is that if you are close to either becoming a shelter city or, I mean, that could potentially happen for a lot of us or most of us, then you want to be pulling inventory, like at least samples and examples from your shop to your home so that if you wanted to stream, you'd have some items there to go through. Then you want to, let's see, devices to go live on. You can use your smartphones. You can use a laptop, any computer with a webcam. You can buy webcams separately. You can go through your iPad on some of those streaming devices like Facebook. You can do from all of those places. BeLive TV, Zoom. Zoom you can actually do on any device as well, but usually BeLive TV and StreamYard, you're going to need to stream from an actual computer. And your guests, if you interview anybody, they can come in on iPads or a phone, but usually the main hub of the stream has to come from a computer. The other things you want to think about getting are selfie sticks or a tripod that holds a cell phone. I meant to go online and check on Amazon, not to send people to Amazon. And maybe maybe local Best Buy stores or other electronic stores are still open right now. Like I said, I really haven't left my house very much. So I'm not sure like what stores are still open or what could be available still online, but you could get a selfie stick. You can get a tripod. There are some really amazing. Amazon actually makes a really great one. I had it the other day, but and maybe I'll share the link with you guys on that one too. And I'll check afterwards. I meant to check tonight on what was available for these things, but it's about $40. It's really lightweight, very compact. You can like pop it up on a countertop. You can extend the legs to have it be a floor height, body height tripod. And it also comes with an attachment for your cell phone, and you can swivel it around. So that's what's really cool too, is that either you can swivel it to show other spots in your store, or your someone who's helping you can swivel it as well. You can also buy external microphones like lapel microphones. A lot of these will even hook into your cell phone, and then you can wear it on you and your mic will get picked up a lot better. All right. This is the online live video formula that I like to follow. Always introduce yourself. Always talk about who you are, what your store is, what the area of expertise is that you have. Give yourself an introduction. You guys heard me give mine in the beginning. And then you want to tell a little bit of a story to connect, right? So my introduction and my story were kind of in the same thing, right? I was connecting with you that I also used to own brick and mortar stores. I'm connecting with you that I understand fully what you're going through and that we're here to support what you're doing. So you always want to have an intro and then have some sort of another story that is about or relative to what you're going to be streaming about on that live. If you're going to be selling merchandise, what's happening that season? Like if you've got Easter coming up or Mother's Day coming up, tell some stories about, your favorite Easter memory that you remember as a child, and ask your audience to also share some of their favorite stories from springtime or Easter, and really use that time telling your story to connect with the people that are watching. The other great thing that this does is by doing the introduction and by telling the story, it will allow you a little bit of a buffer time to let other people get on the stream with you, and for Facebook to notify people that you are live, right? And so before you get into the nitty gritty, then I like to think of it as like a kind of a school essay. You can have 3 points that you want to teach, or if you're doing a topical educational training, or even if you're selling live, you can say, okay, you can tell everyone in advance, this is exactly how many things we've got to sell tonight. We've got 25 items we're going to sell tonight, and we're going to go through them one by one. Okay, so you're going to go through all your points. Then at the end of all of your lives, you want to recap that live and kind of review what it was that you just did, recap the selling, or recap how everyone's going to pick up these items, or how you're going to ship them to them, or how you're going to deliver. And then you want to give some sort of a call to action. So if I was selling merchandise, I would go through this and say, hey, after we've sold all this stuff, right? We've sold all these items, we've showed all these items. I'm going to give this recap, and I'm going to say, if you guys liked anything you saw tonight that maybe was already sold, or you didn't get a chance to see all the stuff, maybe you tuned in late, I want to tell you that we're still here for you. Please schedule an appointment with us, or give us a call at our store, and we can set up a private shopping event just for you. We can FaceTime together, or we can stream through Facebook Messenger, and we can go on a private shopping tour of the store. Here's our phone number, right? You're giving those people a call to action. Let's see. So that's just a general framework. I try to think of it, it's more than 5 points here, but I like to think to myself like the 5-point essay in high school, right? You've got your intro, you've got all your points, you're going to review, and then you're going to give everybody a call to action. All right. Being on camera. We still have a lot to go through here, guys. And I'm staying on, and I know that this is a long time. We still have a lot of people with us, but I'm taking the time to go through this because it's just so important. And let me remind you, if you do have to get going, I know that this is long. I will email you all these slides, but there's still just so much more. We could talk about every single one of these points in major, major depth, but I wanted to be able to give you everything for the overview so that you could literally feel confident to get started tomorrow. Okay. So if you need to go, I totally understand, but I love that you're so many of you are still on with me now. And we've got lots to go. If you can see, I've got 27. I've only gone through 27 of 52. So we're gonna keep going here. So being on camera, all right? Camera tips. You want the camera above eye line sight slightly, okay? Camera above your eye line slightly. A lot of times I see the camera too low. And so sometimes if you're streaming from your computer, right, your computer is lower than you are, and so your laptop. So you need to prop your laptop up on some books or something else and tilt the camera towards you so that it's coming more down on an angle. No one wants to look up at your chin or up your nostrils, right? You want your camera right in front of you or slightly above. Same thing goes if you're using a selfie stick. Same thing goes if someone is helping you with the camera. You want to make sure to tell them, make sure that you give them clear direction on what they want to have framed for you inside that camera view. You want to wear more makeup than usual. So if you don't wear any makeup, you may want to try wearing some makeup. And it's just so that you don't look too washed out, okay? Especially right now, even guys, Joey, I've dressed him up as Santa before, and I put makeup on him for Santa. I probably wouldn't put makeup on him for a live stream, But for me, I have a lot of makeup on right now. I wear a darker lip color than I normally do. I have extra eye makeup, a lot of blush. And it's really funny because the times when I don't wear a lot of blush, I can tell that I look more tired. And I'm telling you right now that your customers they're locked in their houses, with their kids. I have girlfriends who are sending me messages and they're just like, save me, come save me. These children, and they've got like 4 to 5 kids at their house and they're not used to the husband or the spouse working from home. And so everybody's just looking for a little more excitement. So show up strong for your people, be there looking your best. I encourage you to wear solid colored shirts, kind of like what I'm wearing now, or just limit the patterns. If I had more of this curtain showing, and I was also wearing a competing pattern or a competing color palette, it would just not look that great on camera. Okay, so we encourage you to just wear solid colors or minimal patterns. Be careful too, depending on the mic that you have, what kind of jewelry you're wearing too, if it's too clanky for the women who wear jewelry. You want to have water handy. So, so cute. You probably can't see it. Actually, maybe I'll stop my slides for 1 second. Joey, I asked him for water and he brought me this tumbler. I am obsessed with tumblers. This one I got at my 40th birthday party in Florida, but it's filled with glitter, and then it has the water in it, Wonder Woman. So may we all be Wonder Women and Wonder Men, Supermen coming up here in the coming weeks. Okay, so we've got questions. Please keep those coming as they come. We'll get to that at the very end. So always have water handy and wine, right? Water and wine. You want to set up your space and the filming area before you go on. Get ready, get your lights ready, get the positioning of how you want your camera to be, get all your inventory, and we're going to talk about that too. You want to get all of your inventory lined up that you're going to sell and get it ready. And then I just want you to enjoy the moment. Sometimes, especially when you have a time that you're supposed to go on, it can be a little stressful because you're like, the clock is coming down, and you know that you need to be on for the time that people said. And so just try to enjoy the moment and not be stressed out. And even when you're on it, sometimes things go terribly wrong, and it's okay. It's all right. You just got to roll with the punches and know that everyone is cheering you on. So how do you get people to tune in? With this one, this is all about marketing. Okay, it's all about marketing. You want to post on social media multiple times about your Facebook Lives. All of them, if possible, should be scheduled. Okay, you should be telling people in advance the date and the time that you plan to go live. I decided I was going to do this one literally 24 hours ago. Okay, and look, now we have 74 people on right now. We had 88 people on about 15 minutes ago. And, fortunately, I have a list. I emailed my list. I went to our Facebook communities and we got the word out about what we were doing. So you don't even have to do it that far in advance, but you definitely need to promote it in advance. You're going to post it on social media multiple times. So if you've got a Facebook sale coming up, let's say I know that I think Sarah, she's doing a Facebook Live tomorrow at 3 p.m. So she should have a Facebook post scheduled that says like 30 minutes before we go live, maybe even like 15 minutes until we go live, 30 minutes till we go live. Around in the morning, there should be a post like we're going live later today. Then the night before, or the night before, to remind everybody that tomorrow afternoon, don't miss us for our Facebook Live sale, right? And then there's however many days ahead of that you want to post to. You could do lives to promote your live. You could grab the camera, go on for a minute or less, and tease what your topic is going to be about. One of our Pet Boss Club members, Trace, is great at this. She's been doing lives over in the Pets Plus magazine group, and she goes on live always like the day before to tease it. I think it's great. It's perfect. You could market your Facebook Live to your neighborhood Facebook groups and your partner Facebook groups. If you haven't already found your neighborhood Facebook groups yet, you need to search for them. I talk about this with our clients. Every town has a pet parents of Chicago, moms of Chicago, concerned citizens of Chicago, small businesses of Chicago, right? There's going to be a group for all kinds of different interests for your hometown. Sometimes you might even have Facebook groups for your local, hyper local neighborhoods. So you want to tap into those Facebook groups and promote that you have an upcoming Facebook Live. Some of these groups may have restrictions about what you're allowed to promote. But there might be times right now where the admin, and you can always reach out to the admin, but the admin may be more willing to let you share that kind of information now, since they know that small businesses are struggling. Or you could even host a Facebook Live or do something with multiple small businesses that may be inside that neighborhood group. Partner Facebook groups are like when we think about all our strategic partners in our business, whether that's a manufacturer or a rep, or maybe you have a vendor in your town who you've been working with, and they have a network that they can introduce you to in a Facebook group to introduce you to. So really think about who you can also leverage on Facebook to share your Facebook stream with. You want to email your customers multiple times. So I only sent one email this morning. In a perfect world, I would have had another one ready to go. Again, just like those Facebook posts that I just said. There would have been one to my whole list saying, hey guys, for those of you who are available, going live in 15 minutes, click here to register for the webinar. I had one go out this morning. If I had planned this farther in advance, we would have had one go out right at the initial of when we decided, maybe even a week before. At the beginning of the week, I could have scheduled one. With the emails as well, you can, again, team up with your partners, team up with anyone who you can strategically align with to help them get the word out, and email to their lists as well to drive traffic to your live. You can use a texting or phone service like phoneburner.com. For those of you who are going to keep having fun with us on this journey, we're looking at PhoneBurner, and for our Pet Boss Nation clients as well, I think we've got a sweet deal that we're going to be able to pass on to you guys for phoneburner.com. So what it is it was really used in the real estate industry. And I learned about it from someone who was in real estate. And what you can do with phoneburner.com is it will make mass phone calls for you. You can upload voicemail messages to it. Quickly, you can get through a lot of phone numbers. So for those of you who have a big list of your customers' phone numbers, this is great. It also has a texting service as well, and some other bells and whistles. So that's something to check out. You could do giveaways. Always get people to show up. If you give away a grand prize, maybe every single person who makes a purchase on your live stream gets a raffle ticket. And those raffle tickets are entered in to win some other big prize. So you would want to be promoting that really big prize ahead of time to get people to come onto the Facebook Live. If you were doing a big giveaway, you would want to be talking about that big giveaway the whole time on that Facebook Live, so that more people who are tuning in would know that they have a chance to win that really cool giveaway if they just buy something from you on that Facebook Live. You can tell them in advance that you're going to announce something really special, that you're going to share something exciting. That oftentimes also gets people to tune in. So how do we make it exciting? You want to give it a theme first, if you can. So in the example of, a spring, with the Easter coming up, right? You could do a virtual spring fling, and maybe, your backdrop would have spring-filled props and decorations. Maybe even somebody, your spouse or a team member, can meet you and they're in an Easter bunny costume. You want to give it a theme, have different decorations. You could have a Mexican fiesta theme. We've done in the past for our business coaching, we've done superhero themes and back to school season type themes. And when there's the back to school season theme, I had foam fingers and pom-poms, and we kind of treated it like lesson plans. So There's lots of fun things that you can do when you give it a theme. I love to give everything possible a theme because then I can get props and kind of it's easier to, even with the next one, play games. So I'm gonna show some pictures here of different types of games that you can play in a little bit, but they range from, you can play bingo with your people. We've done that recently. Recently we did a tic-tac-toe game at our Pet Boss Club party. You could probably do that virtually too. We did our bingo game virtually, so you absolutely could do that. Playing games. What else? I'm going to show you pictures in a second. We're going to get more into games, so I don't want to go down that rabbit hole right now, but you can play music. Now, Facebook, while you're streaming live, that music will let it play. The replays, sometimes though, Facebook will be like, whoa, you don't have the royalties and the rights to play that music. And so it won't let you continue like a replay of it, but sometimes you can play music. You could wear costumes just to be silly and create more energy and excitement. You could have a great backdrop. You could bring on special guests like we've talked about, and you should be talking to the people that are watching. So right now it's hard for me to see the chat. I mean, I can see it if I move this over a little bit, I guess, but I would never get through my slides at that point, right? So you want to be talking to the people who are watching you, if you can see the thread. So here's some examples, like treating it like a party and picking a theme. The green spot here, they did a kind of like a whole dog moms. They do a whole dog moms theme of stuff. So they've got the My Kids Have Paws. They have their dog with them. They really treat all of their lives with like extra special attention. Lynette over here from Woofers, this was around the holidays. Look at this. She's standing in a very festive part of her store. She has a sleigh here with all of these boxes. I think these were surprise boxes. So all of these boxes were filled with merchandise, and they were varied in different prices, and people could buy a surprise box, and then she would open the surprise box on camera. Sometimes people would pick up their surprise boxes at a later date. Everyone who bought a surprise box got a raffle ticket for something exciting. And then she's dressed up, super dressed up. This video, I think had got like, it was only even like a 20-second. It was like a 20-second teaser, and it got a ton of views and excitement. That promotion for her was very successful. So you want to pick a theme, treat your lives like a party, welcome all the viewers. It's kind of like they're showing up to your house virtually. You want to engage with them. You can encourage it to be a BYOB. Well, I didn't specifically say make it a BYOB. You can have a theme like that. You could also do quizzes throughout your lives just to engage with people. So the whole point here that I'm trying to make is it doesn't need to just be about sales. It shouldn't always just be about selling something. You also need to entertain people, right? We all love to be entertained. Okay. How to take orders. This will really vary depending on the type of business you have and what your viewership is. I will say though that most of the people who do Facebook Lives, even if you've got 30 to 40 people watching, you can usually handle it with just having people comment in the comments what they want, give them very clear instructions, and then you can follow up with them afterwards, okay? Or if you have the support system there, you can have someone that's not on camera, or maybe they are next to you on camera, but they're managing the chat, and they start reaching out personally to those people with a personal message or direct message. Or you could be sending people like a Google form link. I love Google Forms because they're free, and your admin or the person that's helping you with the comments could always be sending everybody who says they want to buy something a Google form link that's very simple, has their name, phone number, email address, maybe the best time to get a hold of them. They could recap the items that they purchased, and then they could select if they want to do in-store pickup, delivery, or have it shipped to them, okay? Here's an example. We want all items need a number, okay? The easiest way to do this is to assign a number to every single thing you're gonna sell and create little like index cards for it. So I have some examples here. You'll see this is Barb again at Treats on a Leash. So she always has a lot of team with her to help her. And what you want to do ahead of time is you want to Plan out all the inventory. You can make like a little spreadsheet if you want, and you want to make a number and assign every single thing a number. Okay. So in this example here, I'm going to stop my screen real quick. Stop sharing. Okay. I had Joey bring me some treats we had downstairs, and we just threw a party at Global Pet Expo in February. I mean, it was like only 3 or 4 weeks ago, and we had some goodie bags. And so some of our Pet Boss Nation people helped sponsor that. So he just brought me some things. These were left over, but we've got a guy who sells bully sticks. Okay. So let's say you were going to sell this bully stick and it was number 1. Okay. So I would have my number assigned to my bully stick. Okay. And I would talk to my customers and I would say, if you're interested in buying the bully sticks in store, they're normally $9.99, but tonight they're going to be like $7.99. All right. If you're interested in buying them, please type sold, the number 1, and the quantity you want. We have 100 of these to sell tonight. So if you really want to get a good deal, they're not only on sale for $7.99, but when you buy 4, you get 1 free. Okay, so now you've got a few different stipulations. They know exactly the number to write. You've told them the price. And then now you also want to tell them some of the benefits. Okay, so I love on the back of his package, he has a bunch of stuff here. It says, it's 100% all natural beef, responsibly sourced from South America. It's low odor, right? So for those of you whose dogs love to chew on bully sticks, but they're so stinky and smelly, these don't smell at all. So these are the low odor bully sticks. They're only $7.99 tonight. That's $2 off. And when you buy 4, you're going to get your 5th one for free. If you want to buy more, or if you want to buy this product, just type in the comments, sold, number 1, and the quantity you want. And Mary from our team who's watching in the chat will respond back to you with the payment link and more information. I would then repeat it again. Okay, so you see how slow I'm going. Okay, this is kind of how easy it is to do this. All right. The biggest, or I guess one of the things I see oftentimes is the store will have like 60 items they're trying to get through. And they'll go, okay, item number 1 is our bully stick. It's normally $9.99, but now it's $7.99. Item number 2, I don't have my postcard, but item number 2 is this product here. And it's normally, this price, and now it gets to be this price. And they like go way too fast through all the products. I would rather see you go through less products on one live than like 20 products and go live every day with 20 different products every day and slow down the process. And really, we're going to talk about how to sell things like QVC style in just a second. But you really want to slow it down, right? This is the product number. This is the item. And then you've got the discounts. Okay. So now the other trick you can do is on the back of your index card, you can write the normal price, the sale price, and like 3 bullet points you want to share. It's your little cheat sheet. So when you're talking, you can go, hey, this is the price, or this is the number, this is the product. It's normally $9.99. It's on sale for $7.99. And these are the 3 things I need you to know. Then you can also put on here the quantity that you have. Like, let's say you have 100. So I said 100 earlier. You could put the quantity you have on hand right there as well, so that when you're on camera, you keep yourself organized. Okay. So that's one way to do it. I'll share my slides again. Now, the reason this is also important, I didn't even say this in the beginning, but Barb, they were one of the first people who started doing these. The very first Facebook Live she did with us was probably about 1.5 years ago, maybe, after using our strategies and tips. And they did about $800 maybe. I can't remember the exact amount, but they did almost an entire day's sales in 1 hour. Not that long ago, which is amazing, right? Amazing. Not that long ago, she sent me a message and they did like $2,800 or something in an hour. $2,800 in 1 hour. These streams were often done, they're busy during the day, but they're always done after their store closes. I don't know if they start at 7 or at 7:30, but you can make some serious cash doing these Facebook Lives. And this is exactly how they do it. They assign a number, and then people talk in the chat. You'll see here on this one and here, they have almost 2,000 views, and they have like almost 200 comments. And you'll see here, right here, someone saying number 13, chicken and beef, liver, one of each. So in the beginning, they had to train their customers on how to do these Facebook Lives. They do one every single month now, and they get awesome viewership, and their revenue every single month goes up. And oftentimes people worry. They're like, but aren't they worried that something's going to be on sale, or that their customers are going to wait for things to be on sale? Yeah, some customers do, and people love a deal. So the way that Barb does this is she doesn't have something like, oh, hey, I have 100 bully sticks. She's going through the things that need to be moved out of her store that she only has 1s and 2s and maybe 3s of. She's getting rid of that stuff that's not selling. And so she needs to discount it and move it out. All right, so taking orders. So you have the customer, right? Comment sold and the number that's assigned to it and the quantity that they want. And then the first one who types it gets it. They can call in or text you their phone number. Some stores have set up a texting service. Some stores have just have you call and talk to somebody. Maybe you could have like a Google Voice phone number that can go to multiple phones in case a lot of people are calling. But you really want to just make it convenient and easy for people to place an order. I like to think of these Facebook Lives like selling on QVC or like a telethon, right? Like you envision all these people who have their phones ready, and you potentially give people like 3 different phone numbers that they can call, and they're ready to take your order, right? And this is very much like, dang it, I just lost my thought about the phone calls and calling in and all of that. But anyway, you want to be very clear with exactly how people can place an order. And it doesn't have to be complex. It can be really simple. So that's what Barb and Michael do, okay? They put up the number, people type in the comments that something is sold. Later on, like later that day or the next day, they watch back and they go through, it's very manual, but they go back through everyone watching, and they start keeping track of the timestamps of when people make comments. They track the timestamps of when they make comments, and they then will start tallying up people's invoices. Then if they already have the customer's information, they send that customer an email or make a phone call and get the payment information over the phone. Or they also, actually, I think that's what they do. I don't even think they have a link to send anybody. They just literally talk to everybody and get their credit card numbers. Now you can start to keep all this information too in a secure place, but there's lots of different ways to do it. Like you could, if you had QuickBooks, you could send them a QuickBooks link. If you have PayPal, you could send a PayPal link. Sometimes certain credit card processors, like I've used Card Connect and even Stripe, will make, you can do invoicing through that platform as well. And then as far as shipping out and charging people for shipping, that's really up to you. You could do something that's like a flat rate. You could just say, tonight, everything that's purchased is going to be shipped for $5 or $10. You know, I think people would be happy to pay a low shipping fee like that. In some instances, probably in most, you're going to have to eat a little bit of the shipping cost, but in the end, you're still creating a new revenue stream for you to be making money, you know, while your store is closed. Then you can still offer local pickup and delivery as well, if that's an option for you. The thing that I was going to say earlier was the phone calling thing. I mean, that may not work if you've got, 100 or more people on your live stream. There's a lady who sells like pearls. She pops open oysters and sells pearls. And sometimes she has like 2,000 or 3,000 people watching her. It's crazy. So here are some selling strategies. All right. You can feature new items when you're on your Facebook Lives. You can bundle items together, show packages of things that work well together. For Easter, you guys could do like Easter baskets. You could pre-make Easter baskets and sell the Easter baskets on a Facebook Live, almost like mystery Easter baskets or mystery Easter bags. And then, every basket or bag comes with a plastic Easter egg with a raffle ticket inside of it to win something else. You could use your Facebook Lives to move out old items. You can make surprise bags, mystery bags, surprise boxes. We can talk about those on probably a separate stream. You could, limit the amount of quantity that you have. Barb and Michael, I think that works well for them because they just do one-offs. It's like your last chance to buy something or it's going to be gone. And so they know, their audience knows to watch and comment quickly because somebody else may want that item and get it from them because there's not any left. And then could be like a limited amount of time offer. So let's say you do have a lot of something and you need to move it out. You could just say that this discount is only for today on this live stream only. And then that's the only time you're going to get this discount, or the only time you're going to be able to buy this item is right now. And after that, you can't buy any more of them. And then in general, you just kind of want to be consistent. So that's really goes back to the time and how frequently you're going live, and just show up for your customers on a consistent basis. So let's talk a little bit about QVC and Home Shopping Network. Okay, they are the kings and the queens of selling. They have an entire channels that are dedicated to selling products. If you haven't watched QVC or the Home Shopping Network in a while, I highly suggest while you're home now to just turn it on and check out some of the things that they do. These are the types of things that they do, and you could incorporate these into all of your lives. Repetition, repetition, repetition. These sunglasses, let's go back. Jamie Foxx is there. Maybe they're his branded sunglasses, but these sunglasses, I bet they talked about those sunglasses for probably 20 minutes, right? They're going on and on and on about the benefits and the features and the prices and the limited quantity and how special they are. And then they repeat it all again, right? Repetition, repetition, repetition. They're putting them on, they're taking them off, they're turning them around, they're doing a Q&A, they're telling a story about a vacation where they forgot their sunglasses and then they wish they had, or I don't know. They're going on and on about it. They use very descriptive adjectives to bring the products to life, right? They're not just all of our products. We're not just like, example, when I was even talking about the bully sticks, I just didn't say that this is a long-lasting chew. You want to describe how it's a low odor. So you can say, don't you hate it when you buy a bully stick and your dog is eating it right next to you, and the smell that starts to come off that bully stick, it's just horrid. It makes you want to put the dog outside, or you then realize you need to leave the room, but that dog is just going to keep following you, right? Well, these bully sticks are low odor. You don't have to worry about the smell at all, and you can sit on that couch and love on your dog and watch your favorite TV show all together, right? Together in that same moment without worrying about the bad smell. So you want to be very descriptive. You want to be an enthusiastic host or a partner to persuade the audience, right? So right now we're now an hour and a half into this. I had no idea we'd be going this long. I actually probably should have. I love to talk and I have a million slides, but it's important that as a host of it, I'm not getting tired. I'm bringing all my energy. I'm here for you guys now. For those of you that are still dedicated to watching, right? You've got to make sure that you bring the energy the whole time you're on your Facebook Live. Okay. You want to tell a story from your own personal life to draw the viewer in. Okay. So from the bully stick perspective, I could then tell a story about how, when my dog, when I give bully sticks to my dog, I get really worried about when it gets really too small. And I worry that my dog is going to choke on it. My dog is like a family member to me, right? And so I'm trying to connect and tell a little personal story. And then I can recommend that when the bully sticks get that low, you need to throw it out, right? The dog doesn't have to finish the whole bully stick. They need to throw that bully stick away. But what's great is that tonight we've got buy 4, get 1 free, and they're all on sale. So, kind of tie them together. All right. Then you want to speak to just one person. So even though there might be moments when you are talking to the whole group and everybody knows that we're on here together and there's lots of people, you still, when you tell your stories or when you talk about the features and the benefits, talk to like you're speaking to one person. Let the viewers know how many products are selling. Okay, so this might be good. They're going to see, it's hard to do it when you're not watching the comment thread, but people will be going through, you're going to want to let people know that things are selling, and they're going to see it because people are going to say, oh, commenting, I'm going to buy this. I want this many. So it's the social proof that things are selling. So if you were on a platform where people couldn't see comments from each other, that may have to be hidden. You want to communicate to everybody that you've already been selling some. It creates a shopping trend. You want to take advantage of any live models that you have so that you can show the product in use. You want to stage products with special lighting if possible. If you're a women's clothing boutique, or if you have toys and you're going to be moving, toy setup and demos and or craft demos, or the flower bouquets, you want to be having good lighting on all of the products you're going to feature. Then you want to utilize the time limiters or special pricing and limited quantities. Games and entertainment. Okay, so it's really important to just make it fun. We don't have any games here tonight, but you could use the prize wheels. We've got an example here. There's Plinko boards. You can use these cups, these plastic the red Solo cups with one of those foam trifold kind of display report boards, and punch holes through them with tissue paper. You can take the tissue paper with a rubber band around the plastic cup, put it inside the hole, and then every one of the cups could have a paper slip on it with a discount they get, or a prize that's revealed, or a sample of something. Like the slips of paper inside that could tell them what they've won. And then you could even put numbers on the tissue paper. And then when you sell a product, you have them pick a number and you punch a hole through it. I mean, there's a lot of fun ways that you can play games. This woman here, she sells pearls. All of these like gamification ideas have been so popular because of all these women who sell oysters and open pearls live on camera, and they play games with people. So people pay for the pearl, and with every pearl purchase, they get a chance to win something else really cool. So what's awesome about this is you can kind of see some of the games she has in the background. She's made her own Monopoly board, and you get points and you can move forward, right? She also has a prize wheel here. She has these little like number boxes, lots of different games to play. If you want to check out some of the Pearl parties, just Google like Pearl Party on Facebook, or not Google it, but search it on Facebook. All kinds of examples and videos will pop up. We've got some clients here doing this prize wheels and mystery bags. And then Wendy here from Muddigans, she even did little containers and put numbers on them. And when people bought something from her, they got to pick a number, and she opened up the container and they showed them what they won. It's like a free gift with purchase. And you also now want to also have support. Okay, having support is very important. So look at Barb here. Barb has 3 other people helping her with these lives. They have their computer propped up or their webcam. Someone's going to be helping her off to the side. And then the other 2 girls are answering comments or answering the phone. And so she has a lot of team to help her. We're getting to the end here, guys. Hope you hang on here. So getting support. This is all the kind of support that you need. You need help prepping the merchandise. You need someone to help hold your camera if you don't have a tripod. Even if you have a tripod, it's really helpful to have someone that's paying attention to the camera, knows in case you move around, they can turn the camera with you, or in case you want to show other parts of your store, like they're spinning the camera. You could have someone that's helping you keep the merchandise organized. Somebody who should be checking the chat thread and responding, people who are answering the phones and have a text service, and then following up on orders afterwards that night or the day after, and then shipping things out and delivery. So these Facebook Lives, it's a team effort here. So even if some of your team might be losing hours right now because the store is closed or limited hours, you could still plan lots of Facebook Lives and have them help you in a different capacity. All right. Logistics from the top down. Remember, guys, I'm going to send you all these slides so you'll have them, or you can take screenshots. First, you got to pick your date and your time. Determine who's going to help you. Figure out what the purpose is for your live and what is the result that you want. Are you wanting to get more likes to your Facebook page? Are you wanting to build your customer list, your email list? Are you wanting to just improve your engagement? Are you wanting to get to know your customer? Are you wanting to sell merchandise? Are you wanting to move out old inventory? Are you trying to show new stuff? So always determine what your purpose is and what is the result that you want. Determine if there's a theme and how you can make it super exciting. Figure out how you're going to promote the event. How will you order, or how will you process your orders and payments? When are you going to organize all those products and get yourself put together? What kind of tech do you need to go live still? Do you need to buy that tripod? Are you going to practice ahead of time? Do you have a plan to have fun? Or how do you plan to have fun? Maybe you need a little bit of liquid courage before you get on camera. Oh, I got a typo here. How are you going to market the event? Which is kind of like how you're going to promote it. So I guess I was moving a little too quickly through those slides. So my support for you, I just said that you need to get support, and I'm going to take our questions here in just a second. But my support to you is that I've created a brand new Facebook group. Okay. Something that I've been thinking about doing is, because I know that this is so much to talk about and I want you guys to practice, and I know that you've got lots of questions, I started a new Facebook group. It's completely free. It's a challenge, like we may do a challenge in it. I mean, honestly, like you guys are the first to hear about it. I literally made it just before we went on. So let me get the link to it. I'll drop the link in. Oh, actually, look, I think I even made a button so you can join right from that button. It's a totally free group. And I just want to be here to help you guys figure out this whole Facebook Live thing and try to generate some more revenue for you outside of your businesses and through your homes, or, I don't know. I mean, gosh, this is just such a crazy time for all of us. So I've always wanted to kind of create some more content and coursework around this. So if you're willing to go on that journey with me, I hope that you join this Facebook group. It's not just for pet people. It's for anybody who owns a business, or anybody who sells anything and wants to be more confident on camera, more comfortable selling on Facebook Lives. We're just creating a group for the next, month. It'll probably go through the month of April. I have no idea what's going to happen to the group after that. It's just a place right now for you guys to come, and I'll help give some feedback. I really don't know exactly what we're going to do with it yet, but I thought it would be at least, I'm a creator. I love to create, and I love to help entrepreneurs and small business owners. So go join that group if you're interested in just continuing this conversation. I also will send all the slides to everybody. And for those of you who want to stay on, I will go through your questions, and we'll take questions for maybe another 15 minutes. Okay. And just thank you so much for being on here. I have, I think we went through a ton of stuff. So, and it looks like I needed to end the poll still. So yeah, only 80% of people have never sold anything on Facebook Live. So it looks like we've got a lot of selling we're going to do. I would love for you guys to join that Facebook group and then give me some feedback on how it's going, right? Okay, so let's go over to the chat. I love Melody's like, this is so interesting. Thank you. Well, thank you for tuning in, Melody. Danny, great info, Candace. Your group idea is fantastic. By the way, your fast talking work tonight. Danny's one of our clients. She always gives me a hard time for how fast I talk. Yes, I had a lot of slides tonight. And so for our club members, our Pet Boss Club members who are watching, we have so much going on right now just about the coronavirus that we're talking about, and small business loans, and just regulations and dealing with employees and deliveries. I mean, there's so much logistic stuff in general about business for the pet industry happening over in our Pet Boss Club group that I wanted to talk about the social selling piece in another group, just so we don't clog things up. So for our Pet Boss Club members who are watching, that's why we made that transition. Plus, I just have so many other people reaching out to us that are not in the pet industry, and I want to be able to support them too. So that's why we're doing that. And then for any pet businesses who are watching, we do have a membership that enrollment doesn't technically open until July 19th, but we're likely going to open up enrollment sooner just to be able to help those who need the help and want the help. So if you want more information on that, you can always just send us an email to hello@petbossnation.com. That's the best way to get a hold of us if you're interested in learning more about either working one-on-one together or joining our Pet Boss Nation. Okay. So Marsha says, I'm ready to go on your journey. Fantastic. Hopefully the settings all work, because I've literally, I just got it up. It looks like 11 people already want to join. So that's fantastic. We'll get approvals going soon. All right, let's go through some questions here. Sarah, could the person responding to the comments be working remotely? I'm thinking that we don't have a lot of staff at the moment. Yes, Sarah. The person who is commenting could be an admin of your business page. And so they would be able to, because like you could be streaming from your page, but then someone else could log in on another account and also chat that way as the page as well, or as even their individual profile. Absolutely, the commenter can be coming in virtually. And Madness says she's loving it. Fantastic. Becca's question is, can you just send them to your website to purchase if you have it there, or to your Facebook shop? Yes, absolutely, Becca. That's a great idea. If you already have products loaded to your Facebook business page, you could absolutely just keep sharing that link in the comments. So I would put that link. If all the products that you are going to feature that night are already in your Facebook page for the product section, then you should absolutely, in the comment at the top, not the comment, but like at the copy at the top of your post before you go live, put the direct link there and say, all products that we are talking about tonight can be found in our Facebook product section. Here's the direct link. If you have questions, email us. If you have questions, call us, or questions, DM us, right? Whatever, right there. So you could do that. And then your person who's helping in the comments could always be sharing that link, or even could know that the product that you're featuring at that specific moment, maybe there's a unique Facebook link to that product, and they could be ready and sharing that product in the comments as well. All right. I love it. People know each other in the chat and they're talking. Amy says, thanks for all this great info. Yeah, she says it's making going live less scary. Fantastic. David wants the slides. I'll definitely do that. Jill says, this is so useful. Fantastic. Let's see. Christy said, thanks for the great info. Can products with MAP pricing be included? Yes. Okay. So, Christy, this is, in the pet industry especially, MAP is very important, right? That's minimum advertised price. All right. And so what that means is that the companies, the manufacturers, have put some rules in place that say that you should not advertise in advance below this price, right? It levels the playing field for all businesses that carry that product, so that nobody's heavily discounting the product. That truly is advertised price. So if you were promoting your Facebook Live in advance, and let's use this bully bundles as an example. And they had MAP, let's say, if I was doing my Facebook Live saying that join me on Friday at noon for a Facebook Live where all bully bundles are 25% off, that is me advertising a discounted price that might be below what their MAP is a requirement. If I was advertising just a Facebook Live sale with all items being featured are 25% off or more, then when people came to the event, I would be selling the price for what it is. Okay. Very few manufacturers will ever even notice that that's happening. If they said anything, it's really more like once they come into your four walls of your shop, you pretty much can do anything you want. Not anything you want. They could choose to pull it from your store, but the MAP was put in place so that it stopped people from publicly promoting heavy discounts, okay, or online. You wouldn't be able to put, so in the example of the previous question of if the product was on Facebook in the Facebook product section, it would have to be listed at the regular price that would be allowed. And there would have to be some sort of a coupon code that people would use to get that discount. So same thing if the products were on your website, they'd have to be at a certain price, and then you'd have to offer people a coupon code to use if they were purchasing it through your website. Okay. Again, there might be manufacturers who completely disagree with me and they wouldn't want you to do that. And that's fine for them too. That's their business, and they can make those rules and put them in place for you as well. But I wouldn't live in fear of that. And if there's any manufacturers that you work with that are extra finicky or anything on it, you could just talk to them about it in advance and give them kind of the heads up or see how they feel about it. But I think you're fine moving forward. Yeah, Dawn says she did a Facebook Live today and it ended up hilarious. Tech problems that were so funny. I love it. Kim, do you have a suggestion for a good microphone to use with a phone? I don't have a brand. I can show you kind of, they're just kind of like lavalier mics. I think I have one over here. Let's see. Yeah, so like this one, they don't cost very much money either, and they probably don't last for forever, but you've got the end here, the end that fits into where your headphones would go into your phone. And then you've got the mic that would attach, onto you like this. If you have one of the newer iPhones, you're going to need the jack that goes with it, the adapter, to have it fit into the right hole. Okay. Let's see. Becca's asking a question about comments sold with the pricing. I am not exactly sure, Becca. I don't know. Joey was on the phone with them today, so I'm not exactly sure what the pricing is. Danny says there's a version of comments sold for only $49. That's awesome, Danny. Oh, if you're still watching, I'd love to get that info. Marcia says she's learning lots. Danny, how many of you have ever heard of MiniChat? Yeah, I'm not sure if a lot of people have. I mean, I feel like it's been around for a while now, and on the digital marketing world and in a lot of Facebook, people who do Facebook marketing often use MiniChat. Sarah wants to know if you can use StreamYard if you are filming on a cell phone. No, actually, I don't know. I don't know that for sure. I just started using StreamYard, so I'm not sure yet because I've only tried it on a desktop. But typically when you use those types of platforms, the home-based person needs to be on a computer. If you are in the pet biz, people are wanting fish for their in-home office to keep them company. People are also looking to do things for their new in-home office. I love that, DJ. Yeah, you're right. That makes total sense. Fantastic. Cool. So I think I got through all of the questions. Let me scroll back up to the top and see if we have any more. And fantastic. Sarah says, I kind of wish I had a pet store so I could join Pet Boss Nation. Danny says, we just signed up for Click It sold and the cost was $49 a month. Pretty much has all that you has other to awesome. We love that. I'm going to make a note of that too. Click It sold. Okay, cool. Shelby, loved all the information. So helpful. Fantastic. All right, everybody. So thank you. You're our retail warriors that are here, and on with us still. So I will go and approve. You guys, we don't have any rules yet. This is don't spam each other. There's no selling in it, or maybe, but we'll figure it out. We're going to figure it out as we go. Okay. So I will go back and I will approve those and I'll load the slides in there so you have them. And I would encourage you to please invite other small business owners that you know who sell things and may benefit from taking advantage of some of the things we've talked about tonight. The replay will be available. I'll probably run more of these over the next week. And I don't know what's happening in the thread right now. So anyway, we will get you guys all logged in, and thank you so much for tuning in today, and just go out there and try your first live. I can't wait to see what you do. When you go live on your business's page and you're approved for our Facebook group, go and share it into the Facebook group so that we can all see what you're doing and get ideas from each other, right? And then we can also give you feedback too. So go out there and have some fun. Happy selling. All right. Bye, guys.